This phase is the wind-up phase. We're going to start from the ground up. So starting with his ankle is plantar flex, and you move to the knee. His knee is extended. Go to the hip. His right hip is externally rotated. His left hip is extended. And you go up to his humerus. His humerus is abducted. His shoulder is externally rotated. His elbow is flexed, and his wrist is extended. And this all takes place in the sagittal plane. Starting with the muscles in the wind-up phase, going from the ground up. The ankle is plantar flex, and what causes it to plantar flex is your gastrocnemius. Then you move to the knee, and the muscles in the knee is the quadriceps, and that's the rectus femoris, vastus intermedialis, vastus lateralis, and the vastus medialis. Moving up to the hip, the muscles involved that causes it to externally rotate and to be extended is the hamstrings, which is the biceps femoris, semimembranosus, semitendinosus, and the gluteus maximus. Then when you take it up to the elbow, the humeral ulnar joint, what causes the elbow to flex is the bicep, flex those bis. Moving up to the shoulder joint, what causes it to externally rotate is the rotator cuff, which is the supraspinatus, the teres minor, the infraspinatus, and the subscapularis. And in the shoulder, all the joints are involved: the SC joint, the AC joint, and the GC joint. This next phase is the cocking phase, and everything pretty much stays the same with the joints and the muscles. Only difference is the left arm is fully extended and in front of the body. Alright, this is the third phase, which is the acceleration phase. Starting with the ankle is dorsiflex and the knee is slightly flexed. Moving up to the hip is internally rotated. They're going from external to internal, and that's where your power comes from with your throat, because you're snapping your hips into it. And then moving up to the elbow is going from flexion to extension, and the humerus is going from abduction to adduction. And then the wrist joint is still extended. Your shoulder joint is going from external rotation to internal rotation, and in that process your scapula elevates, and you're still using your SC, your AC, and your GC joints, and it's going from the sagittal plane into the frontal plane.
Here you go.
Alright, what allows the ankle to dorsiflex is your tibialis anterior, and what allows the knee to flex is the hamstring muscles, and what allows the hips to internally rotate, we didn't really find no prime movers, but we think it's your external oblique, your internal oblique, and your rectus abdomen. It's really your medius and minimus. And moving up to the elbow, what allows your elbow to go from flexion to extension is your tricep muscle, and what allows your shoulder to go from external rotation to internal rotation is your trap, the latimus dorsi, the teres major, and the triceps is involved in this too. This is the final stage, which is the follow-through, and everything is the same as far as the joints and muscles is concerned. Only difference is the wrist is now flexed across the body, and what causes the wrist to flex is the flexor carpi radialis, the flexor carpi ulnaris, and the weak flexor is the palmaris longus, and now your shoulder is adducted across the body, and this all still is in the frontal plane.